I would like to say something about the group, but I don't want to address the group as a group because I don't like groups. Back to my notes here. Rather, I would like to address that which makes the group important, the individuals. They are the people who constitute the group. And so I would like to address you on an individual basis this afternoon and thank each and every one of you for your own personal contributions to my life, to each other's life, and to our experience and training. So thank you very much, David Gavin, for your assertiveness, for your ability to say things like it is, right? For example, excuse me, is this session important? Thank you very much, Lila, for your ultra assertiveness. Just as Abraham Lincoln stated when he met Harriet Beecher Stowe, so this is the little lady who started the big war. So they will say, so this is the big lady that changed the course of training. Thank you, Marge, for your cheerful optimism. On days like today, the grayest, most dismal and depressing of days, there's always that moment when the clouds break and a beam of sunlight falls to earth, and who's standing in the middle of it? Thank you, Marge. Thank you, Dolores, for your acute intrasensory perception. For teaching us that no matter how difficult life gets in the real Fiji, we can always look at Fiji through your eyes. And we can see over the mud, and we can see through the swarms of mosquitoes and flies, and beyond the smoke rising from the burning sugarcane fields to the big, bright, bedazzling mecca of the Sheraton. Thank you, Jason, for putting on a good show. Oh, you may have fooled many people, but you didn't fool me. I was on to you at the beginning. I was suspicious early on. Because I know that whenever you meet somebody who's so good-natured and so relaxed and so open-minded and so non-critical and so non-judgmental and friendly, something's got to be wrong with them. And I know that underneath the surface, the vilest, rawest evil lurks. And thank you, Dawn, for your participatory fervor. When the language trainer said, okay, we're going to sing songs now, and everybody was slouching and grumbling about it, where was Dawn? In the front row, sitting straight, projecting from the diaphragm. And thank you, Tom, for your singing of soul-filled songs at 6 a.m. in the morning. And thank you, Bill. I have to put the two together, Bill and Tom, because we always think of them together, like we think of, you know, Socrates and Plato, David and Jonathan, Batman and Robin, Abbott and Costello. Thank you, Bill, for leaving behind a batting average that is sure to give a big boost in confidence to even novice players like Michael Jordan. Thank you, Nancy and Matt, for helping to balance our group, for offering a graceful alternative to all of us wild, writhing, orgiastic single people. And thank you as well for your heavy dose of professionalism, which you injected into both technical training and summer school. We all appreciated that. And thank you, Tom and Eileen, for placing Tuvalu on the maps of our minds. That's my own line, by the way. Thank you, Becky, for being like everybody's sister, right? Coming around, hey, what's up? What do you want to go play soccer? You can talk to Becky, you can hang out with Becky, you can trust Becky. And thank you as well, Becky, for adding a little spunk to the tra-la-la-la. Thank you, Chris, for drumming on the desks in language classes and mumbling constantly in the background and throwing firecrackers between people's legs and always breaking our concentration and always wrangling our nerves and always pushing us closer and closer toward the brink of committing homicide. I take that back. Chris is actually a very mature and intelligent individual, not. Thank you, Barbara Levu, for your anecdotal exuberance, your wit, your charm, and your ceaselessly stimulating conversation. Thank you, John Egan, for that brief moment in time when we all got off the bus in Kumi, remember? And it was a day like today, and you came up to me, and you shook my hand, and you said, Kevin, you're going to do great here. And then weeks later, I came up to you, and I said, why did you say that? And you said, because you look downcast and depressed. And you know, I was overwhelmed at that point. And you came and you lifted up my spirits, and you know, I will remember that one brief moment in time for the rest of my life. And thank you. Thank you, Norm, for being one hell of a sweetheart of a fellow. For adding a touch of domesticity to the dorms through your Chopin-filled rooms and tinkling wine glasses. Thank you, Kathy, for always being there when we needed advice or a haircut, or we had boo-boos, or just a soft, non-abrasive shoulder to lean on. Thank you, CT, for fooling us. Giving us the impression early on that all you were doing was ascending to greater heights and climbing toward the pinnacle of progress, only to do what? Cannonball down and splash everyone with water. Thank you, Andy, for having innocence but not becoming a Charlie Brown. For having playfulness but not becoming a Snoopy. For having intensity but not becoming a Schroeder. For having a degree of dependency but not becoming a Linus. And for having Jason as a roommate and not becoming a complete pigpen. Thank you, Kelsey. Kelsey, can you see me? I can't see you through the through the camera here. Beachfront property in Savu Savu. Remember that we Billy Joel fans have to stick together. And remember that although some people may think you're just another gal from Seattle, you're always a woman to me. Thank you, Tracy. Tracy is, thank you, Tracy, for always subscribing to that adage, do unto others. I will always remember the time when my roommate, Matt Marino, was sick in bed. And I mean, he was sick as a dog. He was absolutely writhing in agony. I think he had a hangnail or something. And Tracy heard about this in the other dorm. And what did she do? She grabbed her thermometer. She came running over. She shook it. She stuck it in his mouth. And right in front of all of us, she sat down and she held his hand and she said, keep shining, keep smiling, knowing you can always count on me. Sure, that's what friends are for. Now, I'm sorry, I just haven't been in front of a microphone since a karaoke bar in Japan.